What a great day to be sailing out in the Pacific Ocean. Water temperature in the low 70s today, and really good breeze carrying that little vehicle or craft all around Southern California areas. We welcome you to Angel Stadium here in Anaheim, California. Mariner baseball on your TV. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Mariners and the Angels. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Let's take a look on Happy Felix night at the Mariners batting order.
Tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. Ketel Marte going to lead things off. It'll be Seager. Cruz with a home run, his 43rd last night. Robinson Cano will hit cleanup. An 8-game hitting streak for him. .313 batting average with 3 home runs. And it's Franklin Gutierrez, Mark Trumbo hitting 6 against his former team this evening. Montero getting the start at first base. He will bat 7th. Sucre and O'Malley round out the 9 for the Mariners. For Andrew Heaney, you can see his numbers this year. 6-3 record, a 3.30 ERA, 72 strikeouts and 95 in the third, only 21 walks. Opponents hitting .246, has given up 8 home runs. And we'll take a look at the defense for the Angels. Murphy in left, Trout in center, Calhoun, strong arm out and right. Freeze the third baseman, Ibar and Giavotella playing up the middle. C.J. Cron getting the start at first, and Chris Iannetta will do the catching.
First pitch of the ball game in there for strike against Ketel Marte. 82 degrees in first pitch at 6:07.
For Heaney, good fastball. He'll be 91 to 92 miles an hour with his fastball. Mix in a slurve and a changeup. Throws his fastball quite a bit this year, right around 64%.
Ground ball to Ibar. Goes out the Mariners shortstop on the way.
And that's what Heaney will try to do. He'll try to keep it on the ground. He likes to throw his fastball at the bottom of the strike zone. Angels like him a lot. They ended up getting him in December from the Dodgers for Howie Kendrick. This year, Baseball America ranked him the #1 prospect for the Angels.
They beat the Mariners back on the 12th of July in Seattle. There's Kyle Seager. Looks for a strike. 7 innings for Heaney in that game. Kyle having a season best, or career best, in almost everything across the board,
including hitting left-handed pitching. You mentioned that outing against Seattle. 7 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, just 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 93 pitches. As you watch him today, he's only reached the 100 pitch mark 1 time this year, so like Taijuan Walker, they're trying to be careful with him.
Heaney in that victory against the Mariners was a 10-3 win. He left the game after 7 with a 10-0 lead. Seager last night 2 for 5. The Angels 8-4 win. And they got fooled on that one. Iannetta will throw to first to C.J. Cron. 2 down.
Able to get Kyle on the slurve.
Take a look at our Coors Light. Old hard facts. Road home runs this season. Mr. Cruz leading an impressive pack. Cespedes, Arenado, Trout, and Ortiz. Co-leader in the home run category in the major leagues with Chris Davis of Baltimore, 43. Baseball fan, you love having a 3-hole hitter like this. They don't come, they're not falling off trees. They don't come around every day. 2-0.
Well, I think as you look at it and knowing that Nelson is going to be here for a few years, be excited about that in itself. But this year against the American League West, he's hitting .333. Scored 40 runs, 10 doubles, a triple, and 18 home runs, and drove in 40 against the West.
There you go.
So the teams in his own division he's done a lot of damage to, which is good to see.
Mariners as a team have fared well in the division as Cano awaits. 37 and 31. Big swing on this helmet. Practically came off. Ball 4. Cruz is aboard for Robinson Cano.
Cano with an 8-game hitting streak. That's the longest active streak in the American League. He's tied with Oakland's Danny Valencia.
Got the base hit last night and his 4th at bat coming in the 8th inning. 1 for 5 last evening.
He's done some damage in the 8 games too. Hitting .313, but he's scored 5 runs, has hit 3 home runs, and driven in 8 in the 8 games.
We'll look at active home run leaders among second basemen. Cano, #1 at 237 home runs. Chase Utley right behind him at 236, and Dan Uggla at 234. Hunter Wendelstedt handing the ball to catcher Chris Iannetta. Wendelstedt working with Marvin Hudson at first, David Rackley at second, and Bob Davidson, the umpire, at third. Two outs, Cruz at first. To the left. 86-2, 185. 23 years old, now 24, out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Born there and still lives there.
Yeah, the Mariners this year, just a couple more road games tonight and tomorrow, and finish things up on the road. At the start of this one, 1 game over, 40-39 on the road, so trying to win a ball game so they can secure a winning road record this year.
Stat says he did go, and Cano's a strikeout victim. 2 Ks in the first inning for young Andrew Haney. Nothing across for the Mariners. Angels coming back. Happy Felix night here in Anaheim as the King takes the mound against the LA Angels of Anaheim. He's 14-14 career against them, but has been hot lately. Here's the lineups that he'll face this evening.
And for manager Mike Socha, leading off, it'll be Eric Ibar. Then you have Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. The combination of those three, 101 home runs on the year. It's Murphy. He has hit Felix well in his Crone. David Freese will bat 7th in his career against Felix, 0 for 18 with 9 strikeouts. Iannetta and Giavella will round out the 9 for the Angels. For Felix on the year, looking for his 19th win, ERA at 3.54. In 195 and 2/3, he has 185 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 237 against Felix.
Looking for win number 19. 19 is career best. Love to see him get 19 tonight and have a chance at number 20 next week. There's Ibar, 216 hitter against him career. Trying to get things started with the bunt.
For Felix, his average fastball this year has been at 92 miles an hour. Has a curveball, changeup, of course, at 88, so not much separation there, and he'll mix in a slider with that. His curveball has been really special this year. The league hitting just 125 against his curveball and slugging 154.
Base hit. Breaking ball hung over the plate. Ibar didn't miss it.
Take a look at the defense for the Mariners, brought to you by American Family Insurance. Franklin Gutierrez getting the start in left field. Sean O'Malley out in center. Mark Trumbo in right. Kyle Seager, the Gold Glover, at third base. Marte and Cano playing up the middle. Jesus Montero getting the start at first base. And Jesus Sucre will do the catching. For Felix on Sunday against the Rangers, 5 2/3, 4 hits. A couple of earned runs, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. He threw 105 pitches.
Cole Calhoun is the hitter, the right fielder for the Angels. Ibar running threat at first base, 13 out of 18. There he goes. Swung on a miss. Throw by Sucre is in time. Got him. Thrown out 2-6.
Felix quickly to the plate and a strong throw by Sucre. Another look at the tag by Marte, the shortstop.
Fine delivery by Sucre. Calhoun has had his troubles against Felix. Felix is dominating. 2 for 30.
When you look at the Angels, tough year offensively. 15th in average, 13th in runs scored, 14th in slugging, 15th in on-base percentage. They are 6th in home runs, and a big reason why. Calhoun, Trout, Pujols. Calhoun 24 home runs, Trout with 40 home runs, and Pujols hit his 37th last night. This is the tough part of the lineup for any pitcher. And again for Felix, his 6th outing against the Angels this year.
Coming in is O'Malley, playing on a hop. Base hit. Most consecutive seasons, 200 plus innings, 200 plus strikeouts. Talk about elite company. George Thomas, Seaver, Roger Clemens, the big train, and Felix Hernandez.
And if you look at the numbers at the bottom there, Felix should go past 200 innings in tonight's ball game. 185 strikeouts, so 15 more strikeouts for him. He has some work to do on that end of the deal. Now we'll bring up Trout. Trout, 349 with 4 home runs in his career against Felix.
Always a fun matchup. Strike one. Trout 3 for 5 in last night's game. First inning RBI double to right, a bloop shot. And an infield hit and a solid base hit to left. Seager stays with it. Everybody's safe. All 3 men who have come to the plate here in the first inning have hit the ball hard.
3 hits. Hit by Ibar, Calhoun, and now Trout. Line drive, hooking line drive in between hop for Kyle. Like it went off the heel of his glove. Tough play.
Runners at first and second, 1 out.
The way this inning has been going, that was a big throw by Sucre to get Ibar trying to steal.
Pujols, 14th all-time in home runs, 557. A 196 hitter with 1 home run, 7 runs batted in against Felix. Felix in his last 4 road games has a record of 3-1. Right now he'd love to get out of trouble. Outfield straight away and deep. Breaking ball. In there for a strike.
Right-handed hitters really don't like it on Felix's curveball. That pitch is on the inside corner, but because Felix has such tremendous break on it, you can see him backing up away from the plate, so they assume it's going to be inside. But that was on the corner.
Look out. Gary DiSarcina way well down the line. He's below the third base coaching box, and then David DeJesus had scrambled. Three hits in the inning. Suit Gray throwing at Ibar, trying to steal. 1-2 count here to Pujols. Calhoun and Trout, two fast guys on the bases.
And with Pujols hitting, all the outfielders playing deep.
One, two. And everybody's going to move up. Throws to get the trail runner. Trout, he's in safely. A wild pitch. Second and third now.
And we'll take a look at the pitch. That's the changeup.
So Rockies start here for Felix. 2-2 to Pujols. Runners at second and third, double play. No longer in order.
In the ball game, it looks like Lloyd McClendon will have his infielders play back. Montero even with the bag at first, everybody else playing back.
Time called. Two pitch to Pujols. Full count.
David Murphy waiting on deck. He has had a lot of success against Felix as well. .294 with 4 home runs.
Huge pitch here in the first inning. Walked him. Bases are loaded. 3 hard hit singles. Thankfully, caught stealing. A wild pitch and now a walk, and they're loaded for David Murphy. That's why you just never know in baseball. Coming into this game in his last 6 starts here at Angel Stadium, Felix was 2-0 with a 0.97, and he's got to really work now. Long look by Felix. Now he's ready. First pitch to David Murphy. Ball 1. Murphy led off the Angels game back on Tuesday, September 15th, and homered in the second at bat. A 3-run shot against Felix. Gotta be careful. Smokes this one. O'Malley makes the catch. Calhoun comes home easily. 1-0. Angels. Murphy with the sac fly picks up his 46th run batted in. And for the Murph, his 5th sac fly of the season.
Was going to get a fastball elevated in the strike zone. And he hit it on the button. Good play by O'Malley in center field to run it down.
Two outs, a run in. Runners at first and second. C.J. Cron. And another wild pitch. Runners will advance.
This will be on the breaking ball. It's a curveball. Hits right off the shin of Sucre. You know this about the Angels. They will be aggressive on the bases.
A lot at stake for them. You know Houston's already won. They need to win to get their deficit back to a half game.
For C.J. Cron against Felix, he is 1 for 13, 7 strikeouts. So Felix has been able to handle him.
One they count to C.J. Cron with runners at second and third. Pitch. Strike 2, 1-2.
Good running fastball in on his hands.
"19 pitches, 11 for strikes for Felix here in the first inning."
Cron hit a long home run in last night's ball game out to center field, his 15th on the year.
1-2 pitch. Blocked by Sucre, 2-2.
See Sucre blocking that last pitch. If the ball gets any further away from him than that, you have Trout at third. Tremendous speed, and he even came about a third of the way down the line. So he's anticipating the ball in the dirt, something that Felix does a lot when he's pitching.
Trout can get the top speed in a hurry. Swing and a miss. Now, catcher's interference. Catcher's interference, and the bases are loaded again.
Let's take a look at it. Pitch is inside. Well, he hit the webbing of his glove. Fortunately, it didn't hit his hand, but that'll load the bases up.
There it is.
Yeah.
Brings up David Freese. Freese 0 for 18 against Felix Hernandez. Back in Seattle, he was hit by a pitch by Felix. Felix desperately needs an out. Going for the gusto swing, strike 1.
Good changeup right at the bottom of the strike zone. Watching Felix in this first inning, he's been leaving his curveball up in the zone. Changeup and his slider have been good pitches for him down if he's trying to get a ground ball right here.
Two. Freeze questioning the call of home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt. Third inning back on Tuesday, September 15th, when Freeze got hit left shoulder by Felix. Both benches were warned. It's the second night in which Freeze had been hit. Taijuan Walker had hit him the night before. Mounting pitch count for the King here in the first inning. Breaking ball. And ball 2.
That was a good curveball. He wanted to throw that pitch down in the dirt, was able to get it there. Again, he's been leaving it up, but a good curveball that time. Felix can put Freeze away. I think he'll take what's happened in this inning. Just 1 run, but there's been 3 hits, a walk,
2 wild pitches,
and catcher's interference.
Yeah.
So
Freeze, the 7th man to the plate, be thrilled to give up just 1 run.
bad news. 26 pitches in the inning so far for Felix.
Not good. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. A sigh of relief. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 wild pitches, a catcher's interference, and 3 left. Angels 1-0. Get your hands on the latest and greatest Mariners Moose poster. They're free to all youngsters at Kids Appreciation Day, presented by Ivers and Kid Valley on Sunday, October 4th. That's next Sunday, and it's going to be great prizes, surprises, mascots, and more that afternoon. So get your tickets right now, Mariners.com. Mike, how about that inning, huh?
I think you have to take it again. Felix, 27 pitches in the inning, but to give up just one run on 3 hits, a walk, an error, which was the catcher's interference, a couple of wild pitches, and he gives up 1 run. Hopefully he'll settle in now.
Got it out of his system. Here's Franklin Gutierrez to lead off the second inning, followed by Trumbo and Montero, 5, 6, and 7 against Andrew Heaney. Goody on a 6-game hitting streak, 7 for his last 22. Done well against the Angels.
He's done well against left-handed pitching this year, too. .330 batting average, 7 doubles, 8 home runs, and 19 RBIs.
First time he's seeing young Mr. Heaney. So 2. Bounce up there. 2-2. Mariners on this road trip 3-4. They've got a 3-game losing streak they're trying to put a stop to. 2-1 at Texas, 1-2 at Kansas City, and 0-1 here against the Angels. 2-2 pitch. Do it again. Sashi Iwakuma. See him one more time. Up high.
Iwakuma getting the start tomorrow. He and Jared Weaver going to hook up.
Kuma won his last game. That was Tuesday. 11-2 at Kansas City. 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, and 10 Ks. Goody works a walk to lead the Mariners off here in the second inning. Heaney's second walk. Congratulations to the New York Mets clinching the National League East a few hours ago. St. Louis, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, and the Mets have all clinched playoff berths in the National League. Toronto and Kansas City in the American League. Here's Mike Trumbo. Toronto's clinched a playoff berth. They haven't won the division yet. He fouled back.
Good aggressive swing by Trumbo. First pitch fastball at 91 miles an hour.
0 for 3 with a run scored last night for Mark. So it popped up. Got any thoughts? Anybody you're rooting for? Any guys you're rooting for in the National League playoffs? Mets are in. Cardinals, Pirates, Cubs, Dodgers. Matter of the next day or two, they'll be in. It's the last.
I guess if I had to pick a team, I'd probably go with the Pirates. They're a fun athletic club to watch.
8 consecutive wins. They're on fire right now. And they have 3 big games with the Cardinals beginning Monday. Pirates 2.5 back. And again, no Yadier Molina for St. Louis. And that's a huge blow. Great catcher. Trumbo trying to do some damage to his old team here. 0-2 count.
And you can see the location of that last fastball. That's a mistake. Trying to throw that inside off the plate. Left it in the middle. He was able to get a couple of strikeouts in the first inning. He was able to get him on a slurve breaking ball that he was able to throw down out of the strike zone, get the hitters to chase it.
Ball 1 to Trumbo. 1-0 in a David Murphy first inning sacrifice fly against Felix Hernandez. Now, so then Mr. Heaney has 3 strikeouts. He's 1 away in the second inning.
And we'll take a look at it. This is a strike right at the bottom of the strike zone, and that's the slurve that we were talking about. Warren swinging right over the top of it.
Heaney will face Jesus Montero, who's had his share of success here at Angel Stadium in 9 games, a 324 hitter. 5 runs, a double, 3 homers, and 6 runs batted in. Laces this one into the gap. Goody to second. This one bounces off the fence, stays in the ballpark. Murphy gets it back into Ibar, and a double for Jesus Montero. Montero with his 6th 2-bagger of the season. That extends his hitting streak to 4 ball games.
We'll take a look at it. First pitch swinging. That looked like a changeup, 80 miles an hour in the middle of the plate, right at the knees. Solid line drive, base hit. We'll see how the Angels want to play it. It's 1 out. Looks like the middle of the infield's going to play back. Crone, the first baseman, even with the bag freeze, is past the bag at third.
Here's Jesus Sucre looking to break an 0 for 11. A good rip at it, strike 1. There's Jesus' numbers. 44 games, 132, a homer, 4 ribbies. Jesus entered the game in the 9th inning last night as Barron started, followed by Hicks in the 7th. Jesus late. Goody with the tying run at third. Go ahead run Montero at second. To get a run. Vitella throws the Crone. RBI ground out for Jesus Sucre. Gets everybody off the bench. He'll get some high fives. 1-1 ball game. Sucre's 5th run batted in as we check out our CenturyLink What's Next. Sashi Iwakuma had a nice run here coming down the last few starts. He goes against Jared Weaver. And that'll be interesting to watch what happens tomorrow when Kyle Seager comes to the plate. There's 2 away.
Number 9 hitter Sean O'Malley stepping in.
Moving to third is Montero.
May not think much of that, but Montero doesn't run well. It would have been a tough time for him to score on a base hit. This is fast outfield. But now that he's at third, he'll score easily.
Good count for the former Angel, Sean O'Malley. Takes a strike. A lot of perseverance shown by Mr. O'Malley, being in the minor leagues for the better part of 10+ seasons. Two and two. O'Malley can keep it going. Marte is next. Two-two pitch. So full count. There's Marte. O'Malley, fifth man to the plate here in the second inning for the Mariners. Three-two pitch. Struck him out. Mariners get a run. On one hit. No errors. Leave him in. Tied the ball game up at 1-1. With us on Mariner Baseball. Time now for our Geico This Date in MLB history. Take you back to 93. Randy Johnson strikes out 13 A's, becomes the 12th player in the 20th century to strike out 300 batters in a season.
Curtis telling me he went 10 innings in that ball game. 10 innings.
Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Just 129 pitches and told you went 1 for 4 in that game.
Had a double and scored a run.
Yeah. Baseball players like elephants. You guys don't forget anything. And golfers. Yeah, on the third hole back in 92. Who'd you hit it off of?
I don't remember. The only reason why I knew I had a double and a run scored because Curtis told me.
Oh, okay. Full disclosure, but you guys are real. I give it to you. It's amazing. I've been to old timer events, and they, even if they're making it up, they certainly sell it like they remember it crystal clear.
You know, which is an interesting point, I think, because you and I have talked about it a bunch, Dave. The amount of information that these guys have at their disposal these days. I wonder how much of it they really rely on all of that information, and so. The idea of remembering what you did, you know, for example, the Angels, this is the 6th time that they've faced Felix. Felix gets a strikeout, the second strikeout of the ball game. But how much they're still relying on those reports, as opposed to remembering sequences, what Felix did to get him out, what they hit to maybe get a base hit, those kinds of things.
You were there, you experienced it. You don't need some numbers, right?
You had to remember that stuff, or keep your own notes on it. Right. And we talk about it all the time with Jamie Moore. You keep his own notes. And these guys have so much information now, which, as a former player, I would have loved to have had the information that they have now.
Interesting. That is a foul ball.
Well,
you would make it part of your daily routine
Yes.
to get up and, all right, I got XYZ guy today. All right, here, what do you got? Boom.
Well, I think the main thing about it, and I know that a number of the guys would do this, they'll get up in the morning and they know that they're going to face, say, Weaver. They've seen him quite a bit.
Right.
And so they're already replaying at-bats in their head, remembering things.
Absolutely.
Get to the ballpark, you see some video, but then I'd like to see that information, tendencies, what he's been doing lately.
There's your drive to the gap. Off the bat of Johnny Giavotella. Man, has he hurt the Mariners this season? He's shifting into higher gear, going for 3, and he's going to get there. Goodness gracious, Johnny Giavotella. He had an RBI triple last night in the 6th. Johnny had a game winner against the Mariners earlier this season.
I think he was going to go for 3 all the way. He can see the ball in the gap, and then you'll see right here O'Malley bobbles it with his glove, then picks it up barehanded. That's the reason why there wasn't a play at third. I think Giavotella was going for 3 all the way, though.
Absolutely.
Mariners will bring their infield in. You see triples among Angels, leading it with 5, Ian Trout.
It was about 3/4 of the way to second base, and he says, I'm doing it.
And you have to stay alive here. Ibar can handle the bat. Giavotella runs well. A lot of options for the Angels.
Ibar can sting it. He can butcher boy it. He can lay down a bunt. A hard single on an 0-1 pitch leading off the home first. Bunt. It's a beauty. Felix scoop. They get him? Yeah. Nice play by Felix Hernandez. Beautiful.
And Ibar turned around looking. That was a safety squeeze. Giavotella did not take off right away, so somebody missed the sign. I think Ibar thought it was a suicide squeeze. That's why he's just trying to get it in play. On a suicide squeeze, he doesn't care if it goes back to the pitcher, but Giavotella did not leave third base early. And Felix able to make the play. A good play by Felix.
Outstanding.
So that was the safety squeeze, and it didn't work for the Angels. But I think because of the reaction by Ibar, I think that he thought the regular squeeze was going to be on. So a break and a good play by Felix.
Cole Calhoun now with 2 outs, runner at first. That could loom large later on in this ballgame. Strike 1 to Calhoun. Singled up the middle. Scored on the Murphy sacrifice fly in the first inning.
Just had to have a feeling that they were going to try something. It was set up well for the Angels in that situation, again, with the speed of Giavotella and Ibar able to handle the bat.
And given the situation, standings-wise, get as many as you can as soon as you can.
Well, and especially with Felix on the mound,
Yep.
and with the way that he's pitched against the Angels this year.
Absolutely. So nothing should come as a surprise at all. I mean, Ibar tried to steal on about the second pitch to Calhoun back in the first inning. Two outs and a speedy runner at first. Base hit. Ibar's going to dig for third and get there easily. 2 for 2 night for Cole Calhoun, who came into tonight 2 for 30 against Felix. Is 2 for 2 tonight.
It's on a curveball from Felix, 12-6 curveball. He's trying to get the ground ball, but Calhoun will find the hole back up the middle.
Now you got to deal with Trout. 2 outs and runners at the corners.
We talked about Trout in his first at bat, coming into the game hitting .349 with 4 home runs. He had a base hit his first time up.
Hard hit smash down to Kyle Seager. Outfield straight away and deep. Ball 1. Ibar at third, Calhoun fast runner at first. It's blocked by Sucre. Felix got a battle now behind 2-0. Oh. 3-0. Trout's been swinging it his last 13 games, hitting just under .360. Pujols is on deck. Mike coming in last 13 games, hitting .354, 6 homers and 12 runs knocked in.
And he has the green light right here if he wants it. So Felix will have to make a quality pitch. And he does, right on the outside corner.
3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Another jam here for Felix. Did a great job holding the Angels to 1 run on 3 hits and left the bases loaded in the first. 3-1 to Mike Trout. Breaking ball, strike 2.
Really good curveball. That has been an excellent pitch for him this year.
A 3-2 pitch coming up. Calhoun at first. He'll be on the move. Ibar's at third. Three-two pitch to Trout. Ball 4. Bases loaded for Pujols.
Second walk of the game and the second time Felix is going to have to pitch with the bases loaded. Pujols walked his first time up.
What a tight spot he's in. First pitch to Albert. Breaking ball. For strike 1. Albert walked in a 3-2 pitch in the first inning. The 0-1.
We'll see what he wants to go with to put him away. Started him off with the curveball. You can see it right in the middle of the plate. Steal that first strike, and then a good running fastball in on his hands at 93 miles an hour.
Albert, the 6th man Felix is facing here in the second inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs in a 1-1 game.
Typically when he wants a strikeout, he'll go to his changeup.
Pitch. Nice job by Sucre. 1-2. Ibar. He's at third. Cole Calhoun at second. And Mike Trout at first. What the hell? That's a heck of a relay team. These cats can run. Big spot here in the second. Here we go. 1-2 pitch. Outside. 2-2.
Missed with the changeup. 47 pitches. Working here in the second. 27 strikes for Felix.
20 pitches this inning. Wheels are turning. Albert's trying to figure out what Felix is going to do. Felix and Sucre trying to have a meeting of the minds here. And then Felix has got to execute it here at 2-2. He did a heck of a job to get a piece of that. Playoff position on the line here for the Angels. You got two guys I think we can safely say are destined for the Hall of Fame here. Big battle, 2-2. The count with the bases loaded. Pitch to Albert. Broken back ground ball. Marte taking advantage of the slow running Pujols to get the final out. Felix, back-to-back innings to start this ball game, has survived potential damage. Got a 1-1 game. Here in Anaheim in Game 2 of this 3-game set. It's now time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag RTNW DataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. A lot riding on what happens to the Angels, and you got the king on the mound. Mike, you got everything you can want in terms of high drama.
Well, especially the Angels, they know that Houston's already won. What a ball game that was in Houston today against Texas. They ended up winning that game 9-7. Minnesota ahead of the Tigers 4-2. They're in the top of the ninth inning, playing that game in Detroit. And I think at this point, Felix trying to get the W today so that he has a chance to get to 20 wins, 18 wins. He'll have 2 starts left in the season, and I think that enough with the drama with Felix. Let's have a couple of 1-2-3s. He is unreal. Been in trouble in the first 2 innings, all kinds of trouble, and been able to get out of them by giving up just the 1 run.
I mean, bases loaded in both frames.
Right. He's something.
So page back to the handbook. Get him some runs.
Get him some runs. Well, Mariners came back and got that run for him in the top of the 2nd inning, but
I'm talking
for him, what a great pitch he made to Pujols. That changeup off the end of the bat, shattered his bat. Little weak ground ball to short to get out of the inning.
This one ripped deep to left off the bat of Marte. His first big league home run. And the Mariners have a 2-1 lead. Ketel Marte rides it out of here at Angel Stadium. His 15th RBI, and it breaks an 0 for 9 for the youngster. 2-1 Mariners. Impressive.
Congratulations to him. He gets a pitch, and it's not speed pitch in the middle of the plate, and he hammers it. He knew it when he hit it. gives Felix the lead.
Beautiful. First major league home run. 1-0 to Kyle Seager. Seager drives one down the line. It's gonna hook foul, but boy, did he tattoo that baby.
Let's take another look at Ketel Marte and his home run.
Lloyd likes to talk about his man muscles. That was a man-made home run. Seager way out front. Two-one lead. Two to Kyle.
Heaney was able to strike Kyle out on the slurve his first time up. The pitch that they threw him to get the second strike in this at bat. Tried to go back to it. Kyle finally laid off of it.
2-2. Full count. Nelson Cruz on deck. Payoff pitch to Seager. Drives one deep to left center field. Trout takes care of that slicing drive for out number one. Join us for one of the biggest events of the year, Fan Appreciation Fireworks Night. It's next Friday, 7:10 start time. The A's will be in town. You could win an Alaska Airlines round trip tickets, the opportunity to throw out the first pitch, and much, much more as we roll out prize giveaways all game long. Then sit back, enjoy a post-game fireworks display after the game. Tickets, go get them, mariners.com/fan. A run in, one out. Strike one to Cruz, who walked in a 3-2 pitch in his first plate appearance. Strike two from Andrew Heaney.
Two fastballs right on the inside corner. Mike Trout, the center fielder, shading towards right center with Cruz hitting.
All two strikes. Goes the other way, just out of the reach of Giavotella. We've seen a lot of good two-strike base hits to right off the bat of Nelly Cruz this season.
Already been on base a couple of times. Walked his first time up, and with two strikes, this pitch, it's a good pitch. It's on the outside corner at the knees. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Heaney was trying to get him to roll over on that changeup, but Nelson hit it the other way.
He's number 5 in batting entering today's action at 308.
He's not afraid to let the ball travel.
Not at all. Worked well for him.
Let it get a little bit deeper in the hitting area. Easier to hit it the other way.
Here's Cano. Struck out on a 1-2 pitch. Riding a really good wave. 8-game hitting streak. Strike one entering today. 10 for his last 32. Meeting 1-1. So we get a lot of playoff drama against these guys, and then the Houston Astros come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mariners have handled the Astros the last two series, beat them 2 out of 3 at their place and 2 out of 3 in Seattle.
Angels also keep an eye on Minnesota. Minnesota adding a couple of runs in the top of the ninth. It's now 6-2, moving to the bottom of the ninth in Detroit.
I was sitting with a couple of scouts today. One guy said, "Hey man, it ain't over for Cleveland yet." Thought that was interesting. Check and see who they have coming up.
Well, they're ahead in Kansas City. They're in the top of the 9th inning, and they're up 9-5.
There you go. They start tonight 3.5 off the pace. Cleveland's only 2 back in the loss column as we check our Delta Airlines American League wild card standings. And again, having lived through 1964, anything can happen. Phillies up 6.5 with 12 to play. Inning 1-2 to Cano. Oddly enough, Cleveland Indians Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be at home against the Minnesota Twins.
Well, that'll be a great series.
Oh my goodness, that's a 4-gamer, as a matter of fact. 2-2 to Robbie. Count runs full. And the other thing too, final day of the season, October 4th, a week tomorrow. All the games start at 12:15 Pacific time. Build that drum.
I like it. I like that they do that.
Somebody was using the noodle. They got lucky a couple 3 years ago when all those games were finishing and everything was a cliffhanger. Ground ball to Giavitello. And routine double play against 2 guys who can't. Hampered by injuries, Cruz and Cano. But Marte jumps all over that pitch. His first big league home run. And the Mariners have a 2-1 lead. By AM/PM, too much good stuff. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by Clearwater Casino Resort. So many reasons to come out and play. Huntington Beach Pier, sun setting not too long ago. Absolutely beautiful. If you had a wish list and you're a Mariner fan right now, you're looking for a 1-2-3 inning.
Felix having to throw a lot of pitches in the first 2 innings, 49 total, 27 in the first, 22 in the second. Murphy's driven in the 1 run for the Angels, sacrifice fly to center field.
First 2 innings, you could blow a week's supply of antacids.
Good news is you had the best in the business on the mound, limit the damage to just 1 run.
Left the bases loaded in both innings. Murphy drove in the Angels' run with a sacrifice fly in the first. Is anybody more busy than Murph once he gets in?
Well, I was just thinking, too, over the years, and he's had success against Felix, he probably lays off that low changeup better than most.
Well, he's just a bundle of energy. And he managed to come set. C.J. Cron on deck. And he's the way Murph gets ready, it's like his battery's overcharged. 3-2. Whoa.
Didn't lay off that breaking ball. Good curveball from Felix.
Felix with strikeout number 3. Devastating pitch. One away. Here in the third inning, C.J. Cron, the hitter, reached on a catcher's interference in the first inning. Strike one. Bouncing ball goes foul. 1-2. Mariners get an RBI groundout. Jesus Sucre in the second inning, and Ketel Marte's first big league homer in the third. 2-1 Seattle. The 0-2. Got away.
Yeah, backup slider that time.
Two. Swing and a miss. Got him. Back-to-back K's.
We'll take a look at the swing on the breaking ball. That looked like the slider again, 86 miles an hour right off the outside corner.
Fourth strikeout for Felix.
Now 11 away from 200 on the season.
David Freese struck out on a 2-2 pitch his first time up. Two-0. Nifty pitch. Back in the count.
Well, it really is. It's one of the things about Felix that is amazing, and it's what separates him from a lot of pitchers in this league. When he falls behind, he rarely will give in to you with the fastball. And he can do that because he can throw his breaking ball for a strike. He used the curveball 2-0 that time to get himself back in the count. We'll see what he comes up with in the 3-1 count now.
Chris Iannetta on deck. Three-one pitch. Sawed him off. Here's Cano and looking for the 1-2-3 inning, and doggone it if he didn't deliver. 2 strikeouts and a weak ground out. 2-1 the King. And game of the season for the Mariners. Enjoy affordable fun at Safeco Field with BECU Family Nights, where each member of the family scores a select view-level seat for one low price. Final event of the season coming up on Monday, 7/10, and the Astros will be in town, so pick up your tickets. Pick them up now, mariners.com/specials. Very pleasant night here in Southern California. Mariners 7-10 on the season against the Angels, and they're 2-5 here at Angel Stadium.
Franklin Goodyear is going to lead off for the Mariners. Franklin with a walk. Scored the first run for the Mariners. Scored on a ground out by Sucre.
Strike one to Goody. Franklin, Mike Trumbo, and Jesus Montero here in the fourth against Andrew Heaney. Ball one. Swing and a miss by Goody, 1-2. Sucre RBI ground out in the second. Home run Marte in the third for the Mariner runs against Heaney. Wrap it up tomorrow. Iwakuma and Jared Weaver. It's supposed to be very hot tomorrow. Experience a lot of hot weather down here. As you know, the drought hasn't been kind either to Southern California. Supposed to reach a high of 91 tomorrow afternoon. Taken by Goody. Count goes to 3-2. On deck, Mark Trumbo. Comfortable confines here. Played several years with the Angels. Here's a payoff to Goody. And he drills it left field, base hit.
So
Fourth Mariner hit.
Franklin's been on base a couple of times. Walk, and now that base hit. Going to get a fastball at the bottom of the strike zone, probably middle away.
Last three plate appearances for Goody. Going back to last night when he pinch hit by a pitch, walk, and a single here tonight. Trumbo struck out on a 1-2 pitch back in the second. Looking for his first hit against Heaney. He's 0 for 4. There's ball one.
Yeah, it was a fastball inside. They tried to pitch him that way his first time up. Ended up striking out on the slurve, swung over the top of it, but it was some fastballs in to get Heaney to that count.
There's Mike Scioscia, Dean of all the managers in Major League Baseball. 0-2 world champion. Trout, center fielder, about 5 steps towards right center for Trumbo. So 2-0.
He was able to get up to a fast start with the Angels, but lately it's been a little bit of a struggle, and his command hasn't been the best. And we're seeing that tonight. 67 pitches, 39 strikes, 28 balls for him.
There's base hit. Mariners stacking a couple of hits here in the fourth inning. That brings up Montero. He doubled to left center field his first time.
And this will be on the off-speed pitch. 84 miles an hour, finds a hole on the left side of the infield. Montero took advantage of a first pitch changeup, hit it in the left center field gap.
Jesus now 12 for 35. 2 doubles now in 10 games at Angel Stadium. Strike one, Jesus. Down at Rich Donnelly, third base coach. Gutierrez at second and Trumbo at first. That's outside, 1-1. Trout pretty much in the same spot he was for Trumbo, shading towards right center. 1-1 pitch. Way outside, 2-1. Talked to Mike Scioscia about bringing up all the extra players. He's for keeping maybe at max 30 available in a game as opposed to close to 40. Thought that was interesting.
I think they're all on board with that.
Yeah. So the GMs are the ones that have to change that.
And Heaney has had to deal with runners on in all 4 innings. Mariners scoring a run in the second and the third.
Good count for Jesus. 2-1. 2 on.
They helped him out a little bit right there. You know, you can see how frustrated he is. Could have had a great count at 3-1. That pitch off the plate and down.
Montero trying to add to the Mariner lead here. 2-2. High drive, deep left center field. Trout going way back, running out of room. He's on a track, can't get it!
Oh, he made the catch.
No, he did again! Are you kidding me? Oh, man, that thing was over the fence! Mike Trout has done it again. He takes a 3-run jack away from Montero. That ball was over the fence.
This is going to be one of the greatest catches you'll ever see. The timing of it and using the fence to elevate himself to get up a little bit higher and make this catch. We'll take a look at the concentration. Puts his spikes into the padded wall. Look how far up he gets.
Oh, they're giving him a sustained standing ovation.
That's one of the greatest catches I've seen.
Oh, my goodness. That's a home run robbery. Look at that. Wow. That's a top 5er for me. Maybe even a top 3.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That is so tough for Montero. Trying to get playing time. Had to double his first time up. Thought he had a 3-run homer.
Just leads all over it. Got nothing to show but an 8 and a scorecard and an out.
One of the many reasons why he's one of the best players in the game.
Oh. Man, oh man. Whoa. I don't have enough colors to circle that box on that play. Man. Not many guys out of the 750-plus guys in Major League Baseball can make that play. Great. Fouls one off. Oh, my goodness. Mike Trout with another spectacular catch out in center field, climbing up on the fence. Man. First pitch to Sucre, foul off. He brought that baby back. I mean, he was up there, and his arm was well over the fence.
It looked as if he was able to get his belt buckle over the top of the fence.
I think you're correct on that.
And his timing on it had to be perfect, and it was. You could see him put his spike in the padding to elevate himself up even higher.
0-2 to Sucre. And they got a good crowd here, and they're still buzzing. Oh, love catch. Athletically, he did everything right on that. Hit a beautiful angle on it. Got to the fence, reaches over the fence, brings it back, catches it cleanly. Strike 3 called. Sucre is gone. Let's take another look at this, because this is going to play for the next week. He got it all, Montero. There he is. I think you're right about the belt buckle. Let's double check. Yeah, good call, Mike.
And then the timing of it all. And I can tell you this, it's not always easy when you go back. Because you've seen outfielders hit the fence like that a lot, where they'll use the fence. Junior used to do it all the time. He'll throw a spike in there to make the catch, elevate himself. And it's not, the thing about it is, it's not just the timing of it, but you have to hit the fence in exactly the right spot.
Right.
Because if you're left or right of the angle of that ball, you're not going to be able to reach it. So it was just perfect across the board.
Exactly.
Special athlete to make that play.
8-foot wall out there. His phone, his Twitter account, his text messages are all going to blow up. They are not. They're probably doing so right now. Sean O'Malley, the hitter. That would have given the Mariners a 5-1 lead.
And the next pitch will be 80 for Haney.
Murphy coming in. Trout's going to get a great ovation. Listen to this. Mariners are done in the fourth. 2-1 Seattle. Everybody's still collecting themselves after the spectacular, wondrous catch made by Mike Trout. Sleep Country USA brings you the Mariners calendar. Wrap up the road portion of the season tomorrow. That'll be game number 81. That'll do it for the road. Then we come home for a week, and then that'll be it for the season. Houston, 3 meaningful games for them, and the A's will wrap things up. Then the playoffs start the following week. The playoffs have a chance to be really special this year. Felix Hernandez, 4 strikeouts. He's walked 2, giving up a run on 5 hits. Strike 1 high in that first inning, left the bases loaded, and went back-to-back, doing it again in the second. Iannetta, Giavotella, and Ibar, 8, 9, and 1. Here in the home fourth. And let me throw this one out at you. Today, Colin McHugh won his 18th. Today, David Price won his 18th. Felix and Dallas Keuchel sitting on 18.
Keuchel going tomorrow.
And he goes tomorrow. If you had to vote today, who's your Cy Young Award winner in the American League? And pitch foul off.
Now that's a tough one. I would think that I would probably have to lean towards. I'd probably lean towards Keuchel because I don't think Houston would be anywhere near where they're at without him this year and the effort that he put out there. How about that?
That's a solid argument.
Make an argument for all of them, but I think with Houston being in it with no expectations at all, and for him to put that kind of year together,
and he was absolutely is absolutely their horse.
But with the way this thing is going, that could change after he pitches tomorrow.
Correct. David Price coming down the stretch here. I mean, he's had some huge wins since going over to Toronto.
Houston ended up winning today 9-7, so this is a tough time for Houston right now. So they need their guy, and that is Keuchel tomorrow to pitch well. So we'll see.
This will back up Trumbo. There for the catch. Martin Perez for the Rangers tomorrow against Dallas Keuchel. Finale of that Texas at Houston series. Here's Johnny Giavotella. Tripled to right center field his first time up. It's thrown out at the plate by Felix on the safety squeeze. Ibar got the bunt down. Giavotella wasn't a suicide squeeze. And Felix with a scoop with the glove and delivery to Sucre, throwing him out by about 2 feet. Fielded by Gary DeSarcini. 1-2.
For Felix, he had to throw 49 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. It looks as if he's settling into this ball game. Had better command, starting to work ahead of the hitters.
One out, nobody on. Giavotella batting out of the 9 hole. High fastball misses. 2-2. Marte throws out Giavotella 2-0. Just joining us, Marte hit his first major league home run. Top of the third, that's given the Mariners the 2-1 lead. Coming up next Saturday at 1 p.m. It's Big Sky Football. It'll be Montana taking on UC Davis at 1 p.m. Brought to you by Ford. Rick Ibar, base hit to center, reached on a fielder's choice. It's going to hang in the air from O'Malley or Trumbo. My goodness. Ball is caught by O'Malley. 1, 2, 3. Felix has retired the last 3, 6, 7 in a row. Got a 2-1 lead. We'd like to welcome Davis Communications subscribers from Cheney, Washington. Thank you for rooting on the Seattle Mariners, and all of us at Root Sports and the Mariners appreciate your support. Cheney, home of Eastern Washington University, not too far from Spokane. Andrew Heaney.
How about Ketel Marte? Third inning, leading the third off, hits his first major league home run, hit it out into the bullpen.
Special moment. The guy's having a great run here. Some popped up. Giavotella might have room. He does. 1 out. Take a look at our Arco top performer. Lots to like about what Mr. Seager's done. Set or match career best in several categories this season. Batting average, hits, runs, doubles, homers, and OPS. And that after, again, rallying from that stretch he had where he was 0 for 28.
Back in August, finishing strong for Kyle. He's done a really good job against left-hand pitching this year, too. Well, 25 home runs, 12 of them off of left-handers.
He drove a ball to left center field. Last time up, Trout ran it down. That one's hit hard, right at Calhoun. Two outs.
We have Nelson Cruz. He's been on base a couple of times. Walked his first time up in the first inning, and in the third had a base hit to right.
Strike one to Nelly. Ground ball to Freeze. Heaney has a 1-2-3 inning. It was a quick one, retiring the top of the order. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols coming up to face Felix Hernandez. To the game. Here's Marte. Line drive on a 1-1 pitch. His first major league home run. Great moment. That young man, as he celebrates with his hero, Robinson Cano.
I like the fact that he's never hit a major league home run, but he was ready to go when that moment happened. Because you have to practice that. The other thing that was good about it, too, just noticing it, is that ball ends up in the bullpen, so he'll get the ball back, which is nice. First Major League home run, be able to get that baseball.
Good for him. All right, here we go. Tough guys coming up. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. Felix has retired the last 7 men that he's faced. Easy play for Goody. 1 pitch, 1 out. Most memorable play of the game, our Big Fish Casino Big Catch. This is as good a catch as you will ever see. This is a 3-run home run by Jesus Montero until this. Get out of here.
Well, and I think you never know how things are going to turn out, but if they get into the postseason, this might be the catch to do it. Montero, of course, really disappointed. That would have been a 3-run home run, giving Felix a really nice lead.
A wonderful play.
We're going to see that one for a long time.
It's a high strike, 1-1. Trout starting tonight, a .349 hitter, 4 homers, 13 runs batted in against Felix.
And he's been on base twice. A base hit in the first and walked in the second.
Two balls, 1 strike. Two and two.
Good changeup from Felix. Now at 81 pitches.
Breaking ball, got him. Strikeout number 5 for the King. 2 down. He's retired the last 9 that he's faced.
Goes with the curveball. It's been a great pitch for him this year. And for Felix on the curveball, the league hitting just 125 coming into the game. Slugging 154. Felix with the 5 strikeouts. He is now 10 away from 200 on the season.
That is one impressive note. Strike 1 to Pujols, who's walked and grounded out to short. And this shift. Can you believe that? That's a 4-3 any other night.
Well, it's a perfect pitch right on the outside corner at the knees and a weak ground ball and nobody there. I'll bring up David Murphy. Murphy's driven in the 1 run for the Angels. Sacrifice fly to center field back in the first inning.
What's your position on shifting? No pun intended. What's your position on shifting?
I like it, but I think you have to pitch to it too. I think that Felix right there on that pitch, he was trying to get him to roll over on it. Give Pujols credit hitting it the other way.
Strike 1 to Murphy. Sacrifice fly in the first accounted for the Angels' run. Struck out in the third. Right to Robbie. Throws out Murphy. No harm done to the King in the 5th. He's got a 2-1 lead. All right, Brad, thank you very much. 2-1 lead for the Mariners. Mariners trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Also attempting to get Felix's 19th win. It would match his career best. Andrew Heaney, that's what he's done to this point. Robbie Cano turns away from ball one. Cano, Gutierrez, and Trumbo 4, 5, and 6 here in the 6th inning.
And Heaney now with 86 pitches. Starting to get some guys getting loose out in the Angels bullpen.
Robbie tonight has struck out, bounced into a double play. Angels scored first inning, sac fly, David Murphy. Second inning, Sucre, an RBI ground out. Top of the third, leadoff homer, Marte. A home on his first is Giavotella. Is able to throw out Cano, as you know, hobbled by the stomach muscle pull.
That cost him a base hit.
Sure did. One away here in the 6th. Brings up Franklin Gutierrez. Goody extended his hitting streak to 7 ball games with a leadoff single in the 4th. Walk and a single so far for Franklin. Mariners have left 4 men on base tonight. Angels 7. 2-1. Down low, Goody in good shape here. 3-1. Mark Trumbo next. Oh, comebacker, hit it on the, just right on the screws. It's robbed.
Fastball on the outside corner, and it is hit right back at him, right in his glove. Gutierrez hit the ball hard a couple of times, was robbed that time of a base hit. Trumbo 1 for 2, had a base hit to left field his last time up. And for Heaney, he's only thrown 100 pitches 1 time this year, and he's at 93. So he's just about at the end of it. Mike Morin getting loose in the pen for the Angels.
Heaney's retired the last 8 men he's faced. Heaney beat the Mariners back on July 12th at Safeco Field. 7 shutout innings, 5 hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks. 2-0 to Trumbo. And this is playable. And Patella takes it. 9 consecutive hitters retired by Andrew Heaney. But the good news, the Mariners have a 2-1 lead. And these two lovelies, Avery and Sydney, watching the ball game with Gumpy, their grandpop. Nice addition to the broadcast. Thank you so much. Mariners have a 2-1 lead. James Jones takes over in center field, and moving from center field to right field will be Sean O'Malley. Mike Trumbo out of the game. 2-1 Mariner lead. C.J. Cron to lead it off, followed by David Freese and Chris Iannetta here in the sixth. Felix has really pitched well after surviving the first 2 innings. Gave up a run on 5 hits in the first 2 innings. Left the bases loaded the first and the second. Since then, no runs on 1 hit.
And some serious damage control early in the ball game.
C.J. Cron 0 for 1, reached on a catcher's interference and also struck out. That's solidly stroked. Jonesy going to be tested early. Can he repeat a trout? No. Tie ball game. C.J. Cron with his 16th home run. He hit one last night in the 7th inning. A 2-run shot. It's a leadoff homer. Ties again at 2-2.
Almost in the same spot as last night. The one last night a little bit to the right of that home run, but they both ended up on the bank over the trees.
Breaking ball to David Freese for strike 1. 11th home run given up to a right-hand hitter by Felix Hernandez. 23rd home run given up overall.
That's a fastball right in the middle of the plate, down, but in the middle of the plate.
So we start anew here in the 6th. Swing and a miss. Freese gone. He's 0 for 3 and now 0 for 21 career against Felix Hernandez.
Felix getting a strikeout on the curveball again. He's had a few of those tonight. 6 strikeouts for Felix. 191 strikeouts on the year.
It's Chris Iannetta. Strikeout, fly out. Did goes and check in with Marvin Hudson, first base umpire. Probably not the last time we'll say this, but now you see how big that Trout robbery of a 3-run homer was. Off the bat of Montero back in the 4th. Base hit. Chris Iannetta. Just his 2nd career hit against Felix. He's 2 for 29 against him. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. It waits, getting on the horn to the bullpen.
Well, Felix now at 95 pitches. His season high is 114.
Throw down to first.
Oh, what a great throw.
Great operation there.
Montero's going to catch this right on top of his foot. It's just a matter of it gets there in time, and that is close. That is really close. Danny Farquhar starting to get loose in the pen. Lloyd still holding things up, trying to decide whether he wants to challenge the call or not.
Chris Prieto taking a look at it. And they will.
Again, just a great throw by Sucre on the pitch out. Montero thought he had it.
Make the case.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe he touched his toe before his foot hit the bag, so we'll find out. What a great play by Sucre.
Sucre's already thrown at Eric Ibar trying to steal second. That was back in the first inning.
Well, with Iannetta at first, he's not going to try to steal, but I'm wondering if we take a look at our Alaska Airlines Supermo.
There it is right there.
So I think they were, with the pitch out right there, I think Lloyd thought maybe they would try the hit and run in that situation. Giabatella, the number 9 hitter, looks like maybe he has him.
Showing extraordinarily strong and accurate throwing arm this evening. A.J. Crone has tied it up with a home run leading off this home sixth. 2-2 ball game. The first run scoring from Mike Sosa's ball club, coming back in the first inning with a sacrifice fly by David Murphy. There we go. He is out. Nicely done by Jesus Sucre and Jesus Montero. 2 away. Took him 1 minute 52 seconds. Take a look at it.
Again, take another look at it. Just a perfect throw by Sucre, and Montero continuing with the tag, able to get his toe right there before he hits the base.
Two outs at Giavatella, 1-0 count. Johnny a triple and a ground out. Bunt is a beauty. Sucre. Yes, he got him. What a cannon. Show it off, Jesus. 3 times tonight. Beautifully done. A run. Home run by Crone ties it up at 2-2, and Sucre will come up to the plate. Second batter in the inning. Mariners care for every Mariners win. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. My Jack in the Box. Taste the new spicy nacho chicken sandwich munchie meal tonight only at Jack in the Box. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Brightening the sky here in Southern California, the lights at Angel Stadium. Mariners locked in a 2-2 score right now. Mike Morin takes over on the mound for Andrew Heaney.
Mariners saw Morin in last night's ball game. Really good changeup. He's going to face the pinch hitter. Logan Morrison is going to hit for Montero as we take a look at the numbers for Morin. 41 appearances this year, high ERA, a 5.63 ERA, 32 innings. He has 38 strikeouts, only 8 walks. Opponents hitting .250. He's given up 3 home runs. Again, his best pitch is his changeup. Logan 1 for 9, but that one hit, a home run. I think Felix would like to see that right now.
Scene of one of his great moments last year, Lomo. Not going to happen on this at bat. Giavotella will throw him out. Away here in the 7th. Don't forget, Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines comes your way right after the game. Brad Adam and Dave Valley, along with Angie Mentic here at Angel Stadium. We'll have all the post-game reaction info. Here's Sucre. 3 great throws for outs and an RBI ground out tonight. One. Way out in front of the breaking ball, 1-2. Wow, cued that off the end of the bat. 2-way.
Talked about his changeup. He was able to get Logan on the changeup at 71 miles an hour, and then right off the end of the bat, that changeup at 70.
Our youngest Mariner fans have a chance to win a great lineup of prizes at Kids Appreciation Day on Sunday, October 4th. You got Mariners autographs, a Nintendo DS and Wii, plus an American Girl doll complete with a Mariners t-shirt. For tickets, go to mariners.com.
We'll bring up Sean O'Malley. Freeze, the third baseman, playing in on the grass. Crone doing the same thing at first. Trying to take the bunt away from it. Of course, the Angels know O'Malley. He was here last year.
Strikeout and a fly to left for Sean. Started the game in center field, since moved to right. Two note. To the former Angel. 2 out, nobody on. Tel Marte's on deck. 1 for 3 with his first major league home run back in the 3rd. Strike 1. Carson Smith beating up for the Mariners now. Iannetta jumps on it. And a good strong throw to Nip O'Malley. Mariners gone 1-2-3. Time for the 7th inning stretch here in Anaheim in a 2-2 ball game. Well, Washington's lottery win will change your bucket list. Play today. We've been entertained here tonight. 2-2 ball game. Bummer of the whole situation. A couple of things. Felix Hernandez, his night done, so he's not going to get win number 19. So it doesn't look like he's going to get 20 wins this season. But he did a terrific job after a very shaky start. A run on 3 hits, left the bases loaded in the first, and left the bases loaded in the second as well. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and now Carson Smith takes over here in the 7th inning in a 2-2 ball game. C.J. Cron tying it up in the 6th with a home run for Carson Smith, appearance number 67. ERA 2.48. Opponents hitting .202. Logan Morrison, he takes over at first base. 2-2 ball game, bottom 7. And here comes Eric Ibar to lead things off for the Angels. Ibar, Calhoun, and Trout top of the order. Carson Smith on in relief for Felix Hernandez. Ibar tonight, 1 for 3. First inning single to center, and then was thrown out by Sucre trying to steal. Thrown out at second.
Right now, the biggest difference that catch from Trout has made is it's going to keep Felix from getting an opportunity to get the win. Talked about it, Felix having a couple starts, including tonight, to try to get to 20. Doesn't appear that that's going to happen. And in his final appearance now, he's going to need 9 strikeouts to get to 200. He's over 200 innings now.
Carson Smith has Ibar 0-2. Struck him out. Change arm angle on that just a little bit. Away. Bring Cole Calhoun. $37,866 on hand here. Fireworks night here for the Angels. Following the game, Calhoun, good night, 2 for 3, unscored. Here's Wilmo smothering it, covering his Smitty, and 2 outs.
We've really seen some good defense tonight on both sides. Fine play by Logan Morrison. He's really had a good year in the field. Ball hit hard by Calhoun. Sometimes when you dive for the ball, it's so difficult to get your glove low enough to make the catch. So many times you'll see it go under the glove, but a good play by Logan.
Very consistent. First base made a lot of good plays. Put a pretty good video reel together. Some of his defensive plays this year. There's Trout. 1 for 2 of the walk. Carson struck him out a couple of times at Safeco Field with 2 of the nastiest sliders you've ever seen.
Hard throwing Trevor Gott getting loose in the pen for the Angels.
Trout 1 for 6 against Carson. Two-0. Just tuning in. Trout made one of the most spectacular catches you ever want to see back in the 4th, taking away a 3-run homer from Jesus Montero. By now, it's all over MLB at bat, every sports video service there is in the country. 2-1. Three and 1. Pujols, no bargain on deck. Huge pitch, 3-1. Foul it off.
Carson with a good fastball tonight, 94 miles an hour. 3-1, challenged him with the fastball in the middle of the plate. Trout fouls it off. I think he'll go with the slider this time.
Trout's seen it a few times. Here's a 3-2 pitch.
There
Goes with the slider and strikes him out again. A 1-2-3 seventh thrown by Carson Smith. Strikes out Ibar, strikes out Trout. To the 8th inning we go, tied at 2. Ball game. A reminder to improve your on-bus percentage. Riding is easy. Just ask our rider's guide, available at soundtransit.org. Exterior of Angel Stadium here in Anaheim. Mariners are 2-5 here this season. Looking to get some runs here against the new pitcher Trevor Gott.
43 appearances, a 3-2 record, a 3.14 ERA. 43 innings, he has 23 strikeouts, 15 walks. A lot of walks in 43 innings. Opponent's hitting .236, he's given up a couple of home runs. He's going to face the top of the lineup for the Mariners. It'll be Marte, Seager, and Cruz due up. Sounds like a couple of runs to me.
I'm in.
And if you missed it, Marte hit his first big league home run. He hit it right-handed, switch hitter, turn around and hit left-handed against Gott. Gott with a good fastball. He'll be 95, 96 miles an hour with his fastball.
Taking a lot of time already. Third of an inning last night, got a strikeout. Good one.
David Freese playing in on the grass at third, taking the bunt away from Marte.
God, quickly ahead. Day trying to get a spark going here for the Mariners, and he chased a bad pitch there. And then it throws down to C.J. One out. See what Seager can do here. 2 outs, top the 8th.
Kyle so far 0 for 3, a strikeout, couple of flyouts. 1 to center field, 1 to right.
He's 1 for 2 against Trevor Gott. Ball 1.
Gott with a good fastball tonight. 97 miles an hour on that last fastball.
Ibar positioned properly. 2 outs. Mariners and EQC, they've given a salute to U.S. servicemen and women with a ticket discount offered at nearly every home game this season. Present your military ID at the Safeco Field box office and receive 10% off select main terrace and view level seats. To all who serve our country, thank you. So Cruz likes the good fastball. Gott's got one. Trevor Gott, 5'10", 190. Born and still lives in Lexington, Kentucky. First year in the bigs. Oof. Man. That got Hunter Wendelstedt. Try to walk that one off.
Danny Farquhar getting loose in the pen. Danny was up earlier in the ball game. Looks like Hunter's trying to laugh it off. Right in the bicep.
Nice to see he and Netta. They've both been there multiple times. At least they can share a laugh. Hunter's dad, Harry Wendelstedt, a great National League umpire for a very long time. 50s into the 70s. Cruz tonight, a walk, base hit to right on a 1-2 pitch. That was in the 3rd. Rounded out the 3rd in inning number 5. 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Jump on a mistake right here. Two. That one got Iannetta. They'll walk again.
I think that ended up getting his thumb.
Yep.
Can't even begin to explain how bad that hurts.
It's not one of the joys of life. Two and 2 to Cruz. Strike 3 call, winning over. Bottom 8 coming up. Pujols, Murphy, and C.J. Cron. Bark in the Park. It's back this Tuesday at 7:10. Special offer includes a ticket for both you and your pooch, a Mariners dog bandana, and an invitation for all four-legged fans to walk around the bases post-game. All for $40. Tickets available at mariners.com/Bart.
Carson Smith is going to stay in the ball game. Had a good seventh inning, a 1-2-3 inning, a couple of strikeouts for him. Pujols will lead off for the Angels. Then it'll be Murphy and Crone.
Albert 0 for 5 against Carson Smith. Carson struck out Ibar. Morrison made a nice grab on a hard ground ball off the bat of Calhoun, and he struck out Trout way out front. 1-2.
Farquhar continues to throw in the Mariner pen. Houston Street getting loose in the pen for the Angels.
Angels know that Houston's already won earlier today. That's way outside. So an Angel win would keep them 1/2 game behind Houston in the chase for the second wild card position. Two-two pitch, way outside. David Murphy on deck. Three-two. Pitch was running hard inside on him. Minnesota wins at Detroit 6-2. Cleveland wins at Kansas City 9-5. Three-two pitch. Strike three call. Hunter Wendelstedt.
Well, you can see on the tracer, it's a good pitch. It threw the slider, ended up hitting the inside corner. Lloyd McClendon making a trip out to the mound, but we'll take a look at this last pitch. He wanted it away, able to get away with it on the inside corner. Looks like that'll be it for Carson. Going to bring in Danny Farquhar.
You see Nelson Cruz called out on strikes to end the top half of the 8th, and Albert Pujols takes a called third strike to lead off the home 8th. Danny Farquhar coming on. One out here in the 8th. Anaheim, and make sure you join us Tuesday. It'll be our final Twitter Tuesday of the season. You're going to get 5 chances to win exciting prizes during the Mariners broadcast. We'll Be sure to watch and follow us on Twitter at rootsports_NW. For giveaway rules, visit us at rootsports.com.
Danny Farquhar going to take over. This will be his 40th appearance on the year, a 4.76 ERA, 41 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 45 in the third. Opponents hitting .263 against Danny. Had a good fastball lately, 94, 95 miles an hour with a cutter. Be right around 90, 12-6 curveball, and a changeup.
David Murphy 0 for 3 against Danny. Ball one. Murphy drove in the first run of the ball game, a sacrifice fly in the first inning. Sucre tied it top of the second. RBI ground out. Mariners take the lead in the third. Marte's first major league homer, 2-1 at that point. And then in the home sixth, C.J. Cron led off with a homer to straightaway center field, tying it at 2. Maybe the biggest play of the ball game. 2 on, nobody out. Jesus Sucre hits a ball. I mean, kills a ball. It's going over the fence, and Mike Trout said, "Oh, I got this." Climbs the fence, goes up and gets it, and robs him of a 3-run home.
Montero.
What did I say?
Sucre.
Yeah, Sucre would love to hit one that far. Montero. Jack.
Disappointing for Montero, so I at least wanted to give him credit.
Yeah,
hitting it 400 feet.
My bad. Good catch on your point. Sucre has had an outstanding defensive game.
Yes, he has.
Easy play for Goody.
Tom Wilhelmsen getting loose in the pen.
Sucre's had 3 terrific throws that Ivar trying to steal second back in the first, and safety squeeze. He makes a nice play by Felix. Throws out Iannetta.
And they made a really good play on a bunt.
And then on the bunt, Giavitella.
Yeah. Good night defensively for him.
Pitch out when he got Iannetta.
Well, here's Cron again. It's homered back-to-back games now against the Mariners. He hit one last night. And again, his 16th in tonight's game. Dead center field.
He's got to be careful with this man right here. 5 for 10, 2 homers, and 3 Ks. 1-2.
To get ahead of him with a couple of really good curveballs.
Got him in chase. Nice work by Danny Farquhar. A couple big outs. Pops up, Murphy strikes out Cron. 9th inning, 2-2 ball game. about it, Brett, as Houston Street takes over for the Angels.
61 appearances on the year, a 3.19 ERA, 57 strikeouts in 62 innings. Opponents hitting .224. He has given up 7 home runs this year. Houston, the closer for the Angels, not overpowering. His fastball will be in the low 90s. Relies on his changeup, locating his fastball.
Robbie Cano 2 for 6 against Houston Street. Cano tonight a strikeout, bounced into a double play and grounded out to second. That's the correct number. Now 2 for 12 against Houston Street.
And let's see if we're going to get a pinch runner. Again, Cano not able to run well because of the zab, and that's going to be it. Brad Miller coming out. He's going to run.
Robbie extends his hitting streak to 9 games with that base hit.
And we'll take a look at it again. Another changeup out in front of it. 81 miles an hour, but finds a hole on the right side of the infield.
Mariner fans cheering here with Goody coming to the plate. Goody 0 for 1 against Houston Street. One. This guy's had a solid career. Colorado, San Diego, Oakland.
And I think when you look at him on the mound, I'm not sure how much contact he actually has with the rubber on the mound.
Minimal.
Minimal. He's on the extreme first base side. There you can see it, maybe a spike touching it.
And he's going to move it a lot. Down in the stretch, his foot's going to move up 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. He'll end up in the same place. He'll slide it all the way across, but he'll end up in the same spot.
Mariners looking for their first run since the 3rd inning. Marte homer. Runner goes. Throw by Iannetta, not in time. Stolen base for Brad Miller. That is a money bag there. 13th stolen base of the season.
Pretty good jump by Brad, but one of the big keys is picking the right pitch, and this is a tough pitch to try to throw him out on. You can see that pitch down, like a changeup down. So Iannetta had to wait to pick it, but a good jump by Brad. Get himself into scoring position.
13th stolen base for Brad, team leader in that category. Goody's got a 2-2 count. And now a full count. James Jones is on deck.
See Seth Smith standing behind Lloyd with his helmet on. He's ready to go.
3-2 to Goody, trying to pick up that run. Slow ground ball freeze. Holds Miller at second. There's one out.
Something happened at Houston Street.
this could be devastating to the Angels. I didn't see it. Did you?
No, I didn't see it. I mean, obviously he was going to try to get off of the mound.
Oh, man, he's done.
Yeah. Does not look good at all.
That is a shame.
I was watching the play.
Same here.
I saw him start off the mound, didn't see anything, and then I followed the baseball. So, he was over in foul territory, so I'm not sure what happened.
That's a tough break. We do have a replay. We'll see what happened. This is the closer for the Angels going down. Makes the pitch here to Goody. All right there. As he pivoted, turned his ankle.
Or it might be an Achilles.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, when you read about guys who suffer Achilles problems, they always say that you can hear the pop. That's a tough break for the Angels. They're trying to make the playoffs. And closer goes down. We got a 2-2 game. We'll take a timeout. Take you back to the first inning. Felix struggling mightily.
Sacrifice fly from David Murphy deep to center field. Sean O'Malley making the catch. And Calhoun will tag up and score.
Left the bases loaded to go to the second inning. Jesus Sucre, RBI ground out. We've got a 1-1 ball game. How about Cantel? Before we get to Marte, here's the safety squeeze. And Felix, fine play to Sucre. Now to the third inning, and Marte at a 1-1 pitch.
Hitting right-handed, his first major league home run. That time gave the Mariners a 2-1 lead.
Teed ready. Here's your ball game, probably right here, or possibly right here. Montero with 2 men aboard. Trout, this is ridiculous. Takes a 3-run homer away from Jesus Montero. Well over the fence. Had it all the way. C.J. Cron leading off the 6th, the homers. For the 16th time, second in as many nights. That ties game 2. That's where we've been since that 6th inning.
Jose Alvarez is going to take over 58 appearances, a 3.71 ERA. In 63 innings, he has 54 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .230. He's given up 5 home runs, and we're going to have a pinch hitter. It will be Seth Smith. He's going to hit for Jones. Left-hander's hitting .226 against Alvarez this year. And see what Seth has done as a pinch hitter this season. Had a great year pinch hitting. .294 with a home run. Brad Miller out at second base, 1 out.
Seth Smith 1 for 2 against Alvarez. Ball 1. Pitch by Alvarez, 1-1. What a play by Crone. Feeds to Alvarez. Miller advances to third and no farther. That is some play.
As far as outstanding plays go, this has been a game of them on both sides. We'll take a look at Crone. Backhanded play. The ball was hit sharply by Smith. So he takes the hit away from him. Miller will move up to third. Give Logan Morrison a chance to put the Mariners ahead. Logan grounded out his first time up. Came on as a defensive replacement for Montero.
Final visit last year here in Anaheim. Big home run by Lomo, and they're not going to mess around with him. They're going to put him on.
Sucre is due up. Nobody standing out on deck, and Sucre will walk out there now.
Lomo will not get an opportunity here in this spot. Mariners trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Baseball 4. And they're going to put it on Sucre.
Sucre drove in a run. Back in the second inning with a ground out. Now we're going to get a pitching change. Mike Scioscia out of the dugout.
So Fernando Salas is going to take over. When we return, 2-2 ball game. Mariners have to go ahead and run at third base. In the 9th, 2-2 ball game. And coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink What's Next? Our final game here in Anaheim for the 2015 season. Sashi Wakuma against Jared Weaver. Wakuma's been throwing the ball quite well lately, and Weaver's got 12 wins this year. He hasn't topped more than about 88 consistently all year. 88 would be a lot.
That would be a lot. Fernando Salas going to take over, 67 appearances. 4.26 ERA, 71 strikeouts, and 61 in the third. That's a good number for him. Only 11 walks. Opponent's hitting .249. So Sucre, who picked up an RBI in the second inning, has a chance. Put the Mariners ahead.
His first look at Fernando Salas. Did not go as a check with Marvin Hudson. Be a bloop, a blast, a 56 hopper, something.
About a double steal.
I think that. There goes Lobo, and a pitch swung on and fouled back.
They were going to try it. By watching the infielders, though, nobody was covering, so they were just going to give him second base.
To Sucre, looking for second RBI of the night. Brad Miller is on at third. Cano got the inning started. The base hit. Brad pinch ran, stole second, moved to third on a Seth Smith ground out. Off the end of the bat. That will do it. Bottom nine coming up. Bottom third of the order for the Angels. Freeze, Iannetta, and Giabatello. Game set here with the Angels. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew with you. And Seth Smith. He's in
right field.
Right field.
O'Malley moves back to center.
Center field. Judy stays out from left.
And Miller stays in the game at second base. He came on the pinch run for Cano.
Farquhar pitching to David Freeze. Good play for Lomo. Danny came on in the eighth inning, got a fly out and strikeout. Now he's back in the dugout. He's got Freeze, Iannetta, and Giabatello. Freeze 1 for 8 against Danny. Drive straight away center field, out of trouble, ball game.
For Freeze, his 12th home run on the year.
Again, we go back to the 3-run blast that Montero thought he had. He got robbed by Trout. Angels They get a game winner leading off the bottom of the 9th inning to take this one 3-2.
Well, it was solo home run by Marte to get the lead for the Mariners. You take a look at this last pitch. They want to go back inside. Little cutter. Left it out over the plate at 89 miles an hour, and he hits it over the fence in center field. So 3 solo home runs. Marte to give him the lead. Crone to tie it up, and then this solo home run to center. Again, his 12th on the year. Turns out to be a game winner.
Well, they stay, the Angels do, a half game behind Houston, which won earlier this afternoon. And that is a crusher for the Mariners. They dropped a 40-40 on the road. 84-81. No winning season this year. 3-2 is the final. Angels win it. Time now for Mariners postgame, presented by Delta Airlines with Brett Adams and Dave Elliott.